Grab Adventures presents a look at Snapcycle's the Roadmaster, Singapore's first mid-drive e-bike with 700c 29-inch wheels. Let's find out what's different between a traditional e-bike and the Roadmaster's mid-drive e-bike. The obvious visual difference between these two e-bikes is that on the traditional rear hub, the motor is mounted on the rear, which pushes the rider and the e-bike forward. This means even if you pedal faster, the e-bike is not going to go any faster, as everything depends on the power output. A lot of power is wasted propelling the rider forward. Snapcycle's Roadmaster has the 250 watt motor in the middle, which powers the crankshaft as you pedal. The powerful torque sensor and its motor output is proportional to how hard you pedal. The power boost is instantaneous, which is different from traditional rear mounted hub motor e-bikes, where you have to cycle 180 degrees before motor power can kick in. On the Roadmaster, the rider feels the bike is part of his legs and the power is instantaneous. This e-bike has an IP65 motor, and even the LCD display is IP65 rated as well. However, the battery is not, so users might have to cover up the battery when riding in the rain. The hydraulic brakes offer very good braking power. The huge 700c road bike tires means greater maneuverability, and check out these reflective strips, which add a touch of class while making the bike even more visible at night. Over here is the Shimano 7-speed gear system, which allows you to ride effortlessly up on slopes or cruise at the perfect speed on roads. Unlike rear hub motors, where some e-bikes actually comes with gears, this gear system is really useful on this mid-drive e-bike, and I will explain the reason why later on when we take it out for a test ride. The detachable LG lithium-ion battery is rated at 36 volts 14 Ah, and it comes in this sort of tube-like design. And you know, unlike the normal e-bikes where it's a huge battery pack, this is actually very compact, and it actually goes into the stem of the Roadmaster. So it's a very the weight distribution is very even on this. There is a rubber gasket which you just pop up and you can charge the battery from the side. And it comes with a key lock as well, and the power button is where I'm pressing it right now. So you can see that the light actually changes color according to the amount of power which is left in your battery. The color LCD display shows information such as the speed, total distance covered, at what pedal assist mode you are traveling at or using, and the battery level as well. The pedal assist mode is controlled by these two buttons up and down, and there are 5 modes available on this e-bike. In order to access the rest of the information, just simply press and hold the center button and you will get the rest of the info available on the screen. One thing which I was very impressed is actually the weight. The weight distribution is very balanced due to the center position of the motor and the battery. This makes it pretty easy to pick it up. Next, let's hit the road and go for a test drive. I can tell you that straight off the riding experience it's really different. So basically, if you guys can see the LCD display over here, right? You can see that at pedal assist 1, the motor actually kicked in, and the way that the motor is kicked in, right, is that it's not like your traditional e-bikes that you're used to, whereby you know you're just pedaling empty air, and the rear hub is doing all the work. Basically, for this, I can feel a little bit of resistance when I'm actually cycling. But however, this has a few added advantages for this, which I will explain in a short while. I have been cycling about 2 laps inside the car park to get a feel let's take this e-bike out on the road and see how it performs, because basically this is a road bicycle. Okay, so let's go. Okay, I've been riding it on the road for quite some time now, and the first thing that I noticed is that the moment I start pedaling, the pickup is very fast. It's almost instantaneous. The motor, it kicks in really like immediately upon me starting to pedal. This particular stretch is a relatively flat road, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to try out the various modes and see what is the maximum that I can hit on the speed. So we are here at mode 1, and we start off from here. Yep, the motor engaged already, and let's go. So this is casual cycling. I'm not putting in much effort. It's what I would do when I'm just using a normal bicycle. And you can see that at pedal assist 1, it's at 20 kilometers per hour approximately. So let's go to 2. Okay, 2, there is a slight increase, and 21, yeah, 21ish, yeah, it's around there. And pedal assist 3, okay, above 22 kilometers per hour. Pedal assist 4, 23, 24, yeah, around that baseline. Okay, let's go to 5. Five is 23, 24. Okay, let's cycle even more harder. 24. Okay, so this is the difference between a mid-drive and a you know, the usual e-bikes that we have. You are actually able to, the motor, right, it cuts off at 25 kilometers per hour, and yet you can still cycle this and you are able to hit above 25 kilometers if you're using your manual power lah. Wait, I have to turn around. I'm running out of the road already because that side is the main road. Okay, so let's try that again. Yep. So in combination with the gears, right, I believe that you can actually hit above 27, 28 kilometers per hour on normal pedal. It's perfectly achievable. But for me, I'm a middle-aged man, and this is good enough for me already. Okay, enough with the road test. I'm headed back to the Ubi warehouse, Enterprise 1, and there's a multi-story car park over there. Let's try to see if I can do a slope test on the ramp up the car park and see how it performs going up slopes. Because just now when I came down, right, I saw that the slope is pretty much angled up. So it should be a pretty good indication on what it feels like using this e-bike going up slopes. So what is the difference between the mid-drive motor and the rear hub motor? The difference is that the mid-drive motor drives the crank instead of the wheel itself, thus multiplying its power and allowing it to better take advantage of the bike's existing gears. This enables the Roadmaster to offer higher performance and torque when compared to a similarly powered traditional hub motor. This is the car park that I've been talking about. It's a really, like, you can see the slope going up there. So let's try and see how well it performs. Now normally on a normal day I won't go up because this place there's a lot of heavy industrial vehicles and all these things coming in and going out. But however, today is a Sunday, so it should be relatively safe. So let's try at level 2. Let's go up. Okay, it feels like a normal bicycle. So let's hit this. And yeah, okay, I can feel the power kick in and leveling out at level 2. So let's try. Oops. Okay. Oh man, I really love these hydraulic brakes. Okay, so let's try another one. Level 4. You can see that I'm still able to hit 17 kilometers per hour on this thing. And one more round. So there is a bit of resistance when you're cycling up. It's not like your usual e-bikes that we are used to, but the power assist, right? It's there. You know, I can feel the power assist when I'm going. So let's try this on. Okay, effortless, man. So in proportion to the leg power that I'm using, yeah, it doesn't really feel like I'm going up a slope. The motor is pretty powerful at mode 5, and we are here. Okay, time to hit back down. Riding this e-bike feels a lot like riding a traditional bicycle. The load balancing, in my opinion, is the best on any e-bike I have ridden, due to I believe, the low central placement of the motor. But the huge difference is the battery. Instead of having the battery at the back and all the weight concentrated on the back, the weight of the battery plus the motor is actually more evenly distributed across the entire frame of the e-bike. The motor starts moving the moment I start cycling. When I was riding upslope, the torque sensor is powerful enough to enable easy pedaling. In fact, I was able to hit 22 to 23 kilometers per hour, although it did take some extra pedaling. The gears. When I was riding upslope, the torque sensor is really powerful enough to enable easy pedaling. However, if you know how to use the gear system, that would make it even more fantastic, because basically when you have the know-how on how to use the gear systems properly, you can actually speed up the slope with no difficulties and with complete ease. In fact, even without power, this e-bike with these large 700C road tires, well, they handle pretty well as a normal road bicycle. I actually tried cycling it without the power or pedal assist on, and it handles pretty much as what a normal traditional bicycle riding experience feels like. There are 3 things which I noted with regard to this e-bike. The Roadmaster is a pretty large e-bike. It's built like a traditional bicycle. Mounting and dismounting, for me, I use the legs across the back method for me. Next, riders can install a rack, but keep in mind that because of the stem in the middle, you can't really put a storage bag or food delivery bag at the back, because it would make you hard to put your leg across the bicycle. So the saddlebags are the best option for carrying goods, and the bicycle also comes with a front mount, so you can front mount like different sorts of bags. And finally, like what I mentioned, because this e-bike is pretty large and pretty big, I found that when I was riding the e-bike, I couldn't sit upright straight. I'm a fairly average height kind of a guy, so I had to lean forward in a cyclist position in order to ride the e-bike. And that concludes our test ride and first look at Singapore's first mid-drive e-bike. Snapcycle Roadmaster is distributed by JMove in Singapore. Thank you to JMove for letting me test drive this unit. You can drop by their showroom at One Enterprise to test ride their e-bikes. Ride safe, be safe. G-Man signing off. Roadmaster is available for pre-order at gmove.sg. One person will be randomly chosen by G-Man to receive a Snapcycle Conqueror 26-inch mountain bike along with their Roadmaster if they use the pre-order affiliate link below. This offer is valid until the pre-order ends. Stocks are expected to arrive in September 2023.